What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up? Say what's up, everybody. I don't know how many viewers I'm going to get today because it's 11:40 a.m. and it's a Tuesday. It's 11:40 a.m. on a Tuesday. So just putting my posts out there on Twitter, my live stream posts. I'm going to put it on my personal Facebook in case any of my real friends in real life want to watch it. We will see. It's cold in my room, too. It's very cold in here. I don't know how to turn the fan. Well, wow. Jeez. My throat caught on something. Yeah, I don't know how to turn my fan off because I lost my fan remote and it's freezing in here. So I got me the Chiefs blanket that I'm going to be cuddling up with because what's the weather outside? I live in Missouri. The weather, it's 52 degrees outside. It's not that cold. It's not that cold, but I am really cold. They have a new feature on StreamYard, which is what I use. Demo Scene 2? What's that? Okay, I don't want to do that. I just want Demo Scene 1. Here I am yawning already. Been a while since I've done a live stream. Last live stream I did was the Oscar one on the Oscars. It's been about a month. But today, let me find this real quick. Go down to the Deadline article. In case you cannot read the title of this video, we are talking about the Avengers Doomsday cast. Now, I know we've got some Marvel news yesterday, the Spider-Man news, and I'm going to be live streaming the CinemaCon stuff once that's over. Every year I do a CinemaCon live stream when I had my old channel, and now on this channel I'm going to continue that because I always love talking about CinemaCon. Normally I don't do a live stream, but this year I'm going to do a live stream. But today we are, and of course Deadline gives me an ad. Today we are talking about the Avengers Doomsday cast. Now, what was it, last Thursday? Friday? I don't remember what day it was. But they announced the Avengers Doomsday cast. It's not the whole cast, it's part of the cast, because apparently they don't want to do the whole cast yet. So it's just part of the cast, which is understandable because it's a lot. It is a lot. I'm gonna check how my audio is real quick. Make sure my mic, because there's not a feature to check that like there is on my camera on my computer. Let me go to YouTube real quick. No, I don't want to go on Tinder. Come at your boy, you know. See how the mic is.
I don't want to go on Tinder.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Also, if you guys are watching this back, I uploaded Marvel versus DC bracket battle. It took me 5 days to edit. It took me over an hour to film. And it's one of the most hard work videos I've done. I've been doing YouTube for 5 years now. And this is the first year that I've done this channel. But that's probably the hardest video I've ever had to make. That's probably the hardest I've ever worked on a video. It's got 1 view. It'd mean a lot if you guys could go check out that video. So without further ado, I got to be at work in about, what is it? 2 hours and 24 minutes. So we got to dive right in talking about this Avengers Doomsday cast because I still got to film 2 videos as well today. A working man and woman in the yard. If I already have shorts out there, I'm way more excited to talk about woman in the yard. I was excited to do my I was excited to do the video for A Working Man because I got a lot of thoughts on that. But after watching Woman in the Yard, that movie, I have a lot of distinct thoughts on that movie, and most of them are positive. So we're gonna go in the order that they were announced. We're not gonna do any of that adjusting stuff. We're just gonna go in the order they're announced. I know, like they announced Thor. I mean, jeez, I gotta stop yawning. It's like 11:44 a.m. I woke up at 10 because I stay up like real late. But I don't know. So they announced like Thor first and then Loki like 2 hours later. Now let's talk a little bit about like the format they did this for, the chairs and stuff. It's part genius and part stupid because like I'm not going to sit there in a live stream and watch people pull up chairs and watch the names on the back of the chairs every 15 minutes. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that with my day. So like every hour or so I check Twitter and be like, oh, hey, he's in the movie. Oh, hey, he's here. And so that's exactly what I did. That's all I did. I didn't watch the live stream because who wants to sit there and watch chairs for 50 minutes? A lot of people did. And that's why I'm saying it's genius, because they blew up the internet by doing that. They blew it up. But at the same time, as much as I think it's smart, got people talking about names on the back of chairs. Hey, not again. Wow. You get people talking about names on the back of chairs for hours. And then you get people like me who just don't have time to watch that and will just read the article later. So for me, I think it's genius on marketing strategy, but I'm not going to watch the live stream of the chairs. It's just not a way I want to use my day. So one more yawn. A big yawn. There it goes. I hate how wet my eyes get after a yawn too. That's what I get for live streaming in the morning. All right, let's dive right into this cast. And like I said, we're going by order. They announced it. Some of these are kind of no-brainers. A lot of them are like, oh, cool, he's there. And that's the reason I wanted to do this video, is because the further that it goes in, the more interesting it gets. All right. Hold on. I need to see something here. There's media assets. Style. Okay. Looks like there's some new features on StreamYard that I'm not going to use today. All right, let's start with the cast because we got a lot. Chris Hemsworth as Thor. Pretty obvious here. I mean, it's an Avengers film. Got to get some of the original Avengers in there. Oh, I got a yawn again. Chris Hemsworth is a great Thor. He's probably going to be the comedic Thor. I hope he's not Fat Thor. Well, obviously he won't be Fat Thor because he stopped being Fat Thor in Love and Thunder. But hey, it's pretty easy for me to forget Love and Thunder is a movie that exists. So, yeah, he's obviously going to be in the movie. No surprise there. At this point, I was like, what are they doing? Chris Hemsworth? Are they announcing Thor 5? How is this going to rival the Robert Downey Jr. news? And it just turned out to be the Doomsday cast. Pretty cool. Chris Hemsworth is in the movie. Along those same lines, Anthony Mackie. Actually, I'm going to show you guys the article. What am I doing? There we go. Showing you guys the article. There you go. I'm doing the Deadline article because I like the format that they do. So we got Chris Hemsworth up there. Along the same lines, we got Anthony Mackie. No big surprise here. I mean, he just got a Captain America movie. Worst Captain America movie by far, but he got one. And it's not because it's Anthony Mackie or anything. I love the decision for him to be Captain America. It's just because it's current MCU. The movies are just not as good as the other Captain America movies. But he's obviously in the movie. He's the new Captain America. It'd be stupid if they didn't put him in the movie. So pretty obvious that Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson, Captain America, is in the movie. We're getting the Fantastic Four in this movie. Now, they separated all four of them throughout the entire thing. A little bit weird to do. We are getting them all. First one announced, Vanessa Kirby. Jeez. Keep yawning. Vanessa Kirby as Susan Storm. Obviously, nobody has seen Fantastic Four yet. Very excited for the movie. It's one of my most anticipated movies of the year. I cannot wait for it. But we obviously haven't seen it, so we don't know how her performance as a character will be. But she looks great as Sue Storm. Her in the trailer was great. I'm pretty sure I'm going to love her in the movie. So, I mean, she's in here, and I'm happy that we're getting the Fantastic Four in this movie because, like, it's Doctor Doom. If we didn't have the Fantastic Four in the movie, I'd be very disappointed. And I'm going to guess that the post-credit scene for Fantastic Four is going to tie into Doomsday, which is another reason I'm really excited for that movie. Not only because it's a Fantastic Four movie finally inside the MCU. That's something to be excited about on its own. But also the fact that we might get something alluded to Doomsday. And it's like a lot of people are complaining, you know? A lot of people are complaining that, oh, yeah, the MCU sucks. Oh, yeah, Doomsday might suck. Oh, yeah. We're not grasping the concept that it's another Avengers movie directed by the Russo brothers. Like, it's hard to hate. It's easy to hate on it because the MCU has not been good lately. The MCU has been rather terrible lately. It's hard to think that next year we're actually getting in another Avengers movie, the Russo brothers. Like, a lot of people are hating on that. And, like, I've started to realize, wait, that's actually really cool. I actually can't wait for that. And so that is something that excites me. I am so excited for Avengers Doomsday. Especially that we're getting Doctor Doom. It's going to be a next level threat. It's going to be awesome. Like, obviously, we get all the controversies. Oh, Robert Downey Jr. is back as Doctor Doom. What? Oh, the Russo brothers haven't made a good movie since Avengers Endgame. What? Doesn't matter. They have a great track record inside the MCU. I had enough fun with the Gray Man and the Electric State. I haven't seen Cherry. I'm hyped for the movie. I mean, a lot of people are hating just to hate, and it very baffles me. Next one announced, Paul Rudd coming back as Ant-Man. His last movie was terrible. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is the worst MCU movie in my opinion. And he's coming back as it. Now, the movie was originally going to be Kang Dynasty. I would love to see Kang Dynasty. I would love to see that movie in the future, especially now that we're never going to get Quantumania. The only halfway decent thing about the movie was not even halfway decent. The only good thing about the movie was Jonathan Majors, because he was great in that movie. But, I mean, we're not getting that movie anymore. We're getting Doomsday. Paul Rudd is Ant-Man in here, and he's in the movie. He was in the other Avengers movies. It's not really a surprise that he is in here. Scrolling down. See, so I have to connect to, I'm going to scroll up so I don't spoil the video. To connect to my MacBook, I had to buy this, what's it called? The, thing that you plug into the MacBook, plug your mic and camera into for the new camera. So I like, there's only 2 spots for it, and I cannot use this mouse. So I have to use my touchpad. That's a little annoying. Anywho, continuing on. Florence Pugh, Yelena Bolivia. I love her. She's great. She is one of my favorite MCU characters. She's funny. She's charming. Cannot wait to see her in Thunderbolts. But here, I got thoughts on the Thunderbolts being announced, and we'll see later in the video a lot of Thunderbolts be announced, but it feels like we're spoiling the Thunderbolts movie. Thunderbolts movie, a big thing going into it was, ooh, is someone going to die? Who's going to die? It looks like we're actually getting a big threat. That's the exciting thing here. And then Marvel just goes and says, oh yeah, we're getting the Thunderbolts in here. It's a time and place where the multiverse is present. I believe that we could get multiverse stuff, but announcing the Thunderbolts to be in the movie before the Thunderbolts movie, not a great decision, especially because this isn't the full cast. Marvel literally said that it's not the full cast. So announce them after the Thunderbolts movie. But no, they announced them here. Still very excited to see Yelena Bolivia. I love her. She's one of my favorite MCU characters, as much as I think that the decision by MCU is stupid. Another Thunderbolts character. Before I dive into it, my mouth is getting kind of dry. And I will tell you what. I will be right back. I'm going to go get something to drink before we dive into the rest of the cast. See, my room is so small because I have this, like, super big bed. I have the desk here. And, like, it's so hard to scoot my chair back. But I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go get something to drink. I'm going to turn my camera off, too. So I just got a notification saying my audio was gone for a minute. See. Okay, so it's back. All right, so our audio is still here. Okay. Guys, scoot in the chair, and then we'll move on. Talk about Wyatt Russell and take a. Have you guys ever tried these? They are actually really good. Sparkling ice Starburst. They got 0 sugar. They only have 5 calories in it. Very surprised. We're drinking like 1 a day. Not the healthiest drink you can drink, but like I have a case from Sam's Club. Obviously, I have to drink it. Refreshing. All right. Wyatt Russell. Let me put my blanket on. It's cold. It's very cold, everybody. Wyatt Russell as John Walker. Now, I dogged on Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I thought Falcon and the Winter Soldier sucked on rewatch. I loved that show growing up. Loved it. But now, or I loved it when it first came out because I was like 13, 14 when it first came out. Technically growing up. I'm 19 now, okay? But, like, the script was terrible. The one shining thing was Wyatt Russell's performance, because I love Wyatt Russell. I think he's great as his character, John Walker. I think John Walker is one of the more complex characters. Even though during the script, he was kind of annoying in some episodes, that's a script problem, not him problem. Didn't he show up in something else? Did he show up in something else since Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Can't remember if he's been inside the MCU since Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but he's going to be in Thunderbolts. Again, same problem I said with Thunderbolts. You're kind of spoiling the movie here. But John Walker's here, and I love John Walker. He's one of the guys I'm excited to see in Doomsday. Again, spoiling the Thunderbolts movie. All right, this was the first, like, really interesting cast announcement. Now, I'm 110% going to screw up his name. Tinak Haruta Magia. I definitely got that wrong. I apologize. He says Namor. Now, when the movie first came out, was it 2022, late 2022? I think it was like 15, 16, and I didn't love the movie. I loved the first half of it. It kind of lost me in the second half a little bit. Got a message real quick. Okay. Kind of lost me in the second half a little bit, but I'm excited to see him come back. I mean, it's more of an interesting cast announcement. This is the MCU, a world where we have so many characters, and when you're just introduced at the very beginning, the Avengers, the Thunderbolts, all of them going to be in here. You kind of expect some of those to be in the movie. Well, who you don't expect is Namor to be in the movie. I think he's the most interesting one. Now, I don't know how to take this. I don't know if he's going to be cool in the movie. I don't know if he's going to be good or if he's going to be like kind of a bad guy against Dr. Doom. But I'm curious. He's something that's getting people talking, and that's the most important part here, is that you got someone talking about the cast here. You got someone talking about a certain character that's going to be in the movie. He's not the one that everyone's talking about. We'll see that later on. But he's in the movie, and I'm interested to see where that goes. Scrolling down, Shang-Chi, Simu Liu. I don't know why it took me so long to say his name, but he says Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi, the movie, something everyone, like all my friends, my mom, my dad, all of them loved the movie. I always thought it was a good movie. I didn't love the movie. I thought it was pretty good. Not like a top 15 MCU movie or top 20 MCU movie, but I always enjoyed the movie. A big thing was I do really like Simu Liu as Shang-Chi, and him as Doomsday, again, gets people talking, because what's the thing that everyone's been saying about Shang-Chi? When is Shang-Chi coming out? When are we going to see when is Shang-Chi 2 coming out? When are we going to see Shang-Chi again? And now we finally got the official announcement that he is coming back. Now, it must not be a huge surprise, because the director of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is directing Avengers. Wait, is he directing Avengers Doomsday? No, he's directing Spider-Man 4. Sorry, got that confused. Like I said, CinemaCon was last night. I'm still kind of hyped over the Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse news. Like I said, I'll have a live stream for that, but because the Russos are directing this. But yeah, he's in the movie. We're gonna see him again. You guys can look at KPMG while I take a drink. Guess I got to look at it too. Who's this? Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes. Again, another Thunderbolt that I don't think anyone thought Bucky was going to die, because it'd be incredibly stupid if they killed Bucky off in the Thunderbolts movie. But he's coming back as White Wolf, because that's what it says right here, because he's now the White Wolf. He's not the Winter Soldier anymore. Again, he's part of the Thunderbolts. Who doesn't love Bucky? So he's going to be in here, and he's going to be probably pretty cool here. Now, a lot of these people are like normal people with a skill set, not like superpowers or anything. And it's kind of weird thinking, what are they going to do against Doctor Doom? Big thing is, like, instead of like Yelena or John Walker, like, what are they going to do against Doctor Doom? It's Bucky. He's going to do a lot of damage against Doctor Doom. Pretty predictable there. So glad he's in the movie. And then another thing that got people talking, well, I guess didn't get people talking as much as the Namor announcement got people talking. Latita, I think I'm saying Latita, right? Or is it Latita? No, I think it's Latita Wright. Latita Wright as Shuri, Black Panther. Like I said, not the biggest fan of Black Panther 2. I do need to rewatch it, though, because I feel like I'd enjoy it much more now that I'm more mature than I was when I was 16 years old. She's coming back as Shuri in Black Panther. She's new Black Panther. And I'm excited to see this because obviously I like Black Panther. I thought her becoming Black Panther was a really great decision in the passing of Chadwick Boseman. And I'm really glad they never recasted Black Panther after the passing of Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace. So I'm excited to see her in this movie. Someone that, again, I was like, I want to see more of her after that movie. She was one of the best parts of that movie. Glad that she's coming to Doomsday. So Eben Moss Backrack, I think, or is it Bantrat? No, I think it's Backrack. I am mispronouncing all the names. I very much apologize. I love this dude. I loved him since he was in The Bear. He's really good in The Punisher, which I will have a review coming soon. I'm almost done with the first season. And after that first trailer, he looks great. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Growing up, I used to have like the McDonald's things, and I used to like play movies in my head with the McDonald's things. And every time one of them broke, I would freak out. My mom would have to buy me a new one. I remember that. I still have like 10 of these things. I've always loved the Thing growing up. He was always one of my favorite Marvel characters. And he's in here, and I cannot wait because he's played by a fantastic actor. Cannot wait. And so obviously I've already said my thoughts on the Fantastic Four being in earlier. He's in the movie. I love this actor. I cannot wait to see more of him in the Fantastic Four and in Avengers Doomsday. And I wonder if they're going to do a Fantastic Four 2. That's something I'm really confused about, if they're doing a sequel to Fantastic Four. And here is where people started to get really interested, because Kelsey Grammer as Dr. Hank McCoy Beast. Now, he was in the post-credit scene of The Marvels, one of the more predictable and basic MCU movies, but I thought it was watchable. He was in the post-credit scene of that. Now, the post-credit scene confused me. I did not like the ending of that movie whatsoever. It left kind of a sour taste in my mouth after the movie, which was a movie I was genuinely enjoying. But he's in this movie, and I'm excited to see, because we finally get kind of like an explanation of that post-credit scene. I do like the original X-Men movies. I've always been a fan of the X-Men movies. I've never like really loved Kelsey Grammer's performance. I don't even think he was the Beast until X-Men: The Last Stand, right? But he's in the movie, and it started getting people talking like, ooh, X-Men are coming? The X-Men are coming? Ooh, we're going to get X-Men? And obviously we'll explore more of that later. Who's this? Lewis Pullman, Sentry. This was where it really started to get like, with John Walker, Yelena, and Bucky, you start to be like, okay, we don't really think they're going to get killed off because they're big names inside the MCU. Now we know that Lewis Pullman as Sentry is going to be in the movie, and that's where it really starts to spoil. Like, okay, are we really getting announced that the main villain, I think he's the main villain of the Thunderbolts, we still haven't seen the movie yet, that one of the villains of the Thunderbolts is going to survive, and he's going to be in Avengers Doomsday? You're announcing that 2 months before the Thunderbolts movie. Got a message real quick. Hold on, I got to respond to this real quick. Sorry, it's work. But anyways, like, was it a good idea to announce him? I don't have much thoughts on this because I haven't seen Thunderbolts, just like everybody else. Still don't think it's a great idea to announce him before the Thunderbolts movie because, like I said, multiverse stuff is still in order. But what if, just what if he doesn't die and we just got it spoiled for us 2 months before the movie? Danny Ramirez is the new Falcon. I got to take a drink, then I'll say my thoughts on it. It's really good. Sour, too. Danny Ramirez In the Falcon movie, I thought he was fine. Not the Falcon movie, the new Captain America movie. This is the Falcon. He was fine. I wasn't too sure about what I thought of him. He could be annoying at times. He had a few funny jokes. Don't know what I'm going to think of him being in Avengers Doomsday. Like, he was probably, like, if I was going to rank all these, he'd be last because, like, I just don't know. He's more annoying than funny. And it's not an actor problem. It's more of the script problem. The way he's written to be is just kind of more annoying than it is funny. But I don't really know what I think of him going into this movie, interacting with all these characters, what his interactions are going to be. I feel like he's just going to be the comedic side character. I'm not too fond of that. Who's this? Joseph Quinn. Obviously, he's a really great actor. He can play so many different characters, and he's playing Johnny Storm. Don't have many thoughts on this. Said my thoughts with the Fantastic Four earlier. They're in the movie, and so I'm still very excited to see them face off against Dr. Doom. Now, here's something. A lot of people in the trailers thought that Red Guardian had a chance to die. I thought Red Guardian had a chance to die. Well, guess what? He's going to be in Avengers Doomsday. He could still be a multiverse dude, but he was announced to be in Avengers Doomsday. Yeah, again, not to hammer this home anymore, but why spoil the movie 2 months before it comes out? Especially because if he does die in the Thunderbolts, it would be very emotional. It's not going to feel much of an impact if we know, oh, yeah, David Harbour as Red Guardian is just going to come back in the next movie. Or he's not actually dead because he got announced in Avengers Doomsday. Don't know what that's going to be. I love David Harbour. I love Red Guardian. So obviously, got to be a little excited that he's going to be in here interacting with all his characters. Still, stupid Marvel. Stupid. Winston Duke as M'Baku. He is kind of a side character, really. Just like some dude that helps out the Black Panther crew every now and then. What's he going to do? What's he going to do against Dr. Doom? Are we getting a bunch of the Wakandans again to go face off against Dr. Doom? Like, I like him. I like him as a side character. Don't know what he's going to do. Don't know, like, what his role in here is going to be. Like, it's kind of just like a random announcement. Like, oh, we're getting all these cool characters. Ooh, cool. Oh, M'Baku? Okay. M'Baku's going to be in the movie, I guess. Kind of weird like that. So, don't really know what he's going to do. Take a drink. You can see the hair of, I think that I know who this is coming up next. Yep, I was right. Hannah John Kamen is Ghost. Again, a lot of people thought Ghost is going to die. Ooh, Ghost is one of the big candidates to die in the Thunderbolts. Guess what? She's going to be in Doomsday. I'm not going to go on that rant again, but like, yeah, she's going to be in the movie. I wasn't the biggest fan of her in Ant-Man and the Wasp, so I'm not sure what I'm going to think of that. But again, really stupid decision by Marvel to announce Thunderbolts cast before the Thunderbolts movie. Now Loki's back again because we get him in so let's count. How many times did he die? He died in the original Thor. He died in Thor: The Dark World. He died in Avengers: Infinity War, and he gave his life away in Loki's series. 4. It's 4 times that Loki has apparently died, and his arc ended really, really well in his own series. So, like, I know the multiverse here. I could totally see this being like a totally alternate version. But obviously, I love Tom Hiddleston. It'll be nice to see him back. I just hope it's not the Loki that sacrificed his life to hold the time together and be that guy. Because if it did, it kind of ruined the ending of that movie. But I hope it's just another multiverse Loki. That I would be totally down for because I like Loki a lot. Let's go down. And here we go. Next 2 announced. Yes, sir. Ian McKellen or Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen. Charles Xavier. How far? Okay, we're not even close to done. Charles Xavier and Professor X and Ian McKellen as Magneto. Now, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, just bring back James McAvoy and crap. What's his name? I forgot his name. I can't believe it. I'm brain farting. People have brain farts, guys. It's okay. Yeah, Michael Fassbender. I cannot believe I just forgot his name. People are saying bring back McAvoy and Fassbender. I'd rather see them, honestly, but like it's pretty huge news. Charles Xavier and Magneto are going to be in Avengers Doomsday. How are they going to fit into this movie? I have no idea. I have no idea how they're going to fit into this movie because like it's Doomsday. It's more of like Fantastic Four, Avengers stuff. But now we're getting introduced to like the X-Men, bunch of multiverse stuff. I don't know if like a Doctor Doom movie is going to be great to fit all that in. I don't know if it's going to be rushed, like because now that we're having the X-Men, we're having the Avengers, the Fantastic Four in there. I don't know. This could be a 4-hour long movie for all I know. This could be an hour and a half movie, and it could be really rushed, and everybody could be like, "What are we doing?" I don't know. But the news of that we're getting Professor X and Magneto again is really exciting. Now, we've seen Charles Xavier so many times. We've seen him in the MCU already in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I really like that movie, by the way. But the big news is Magneto. Let me scroll down to Magneto for a minute. The big news is Ian McKellen, because we haven't seen him inside here again. I have a feeling that him and Namor can team up with Doctor Doom and are going to be kind of like his sidekicks. I can see this being like another X-Men movie as well as an Avengers movie with like the Magneto plotline of Ian McKellen. Very excited to see that. And it's getting people talking. I'm very excited to see where this is going. So, yeah, very big news. Very big news. Very big news. Before we move on to the next one, my back is more cold than my front. So I'm going to be a genius. And I'm going to just throw this around my back. Guys, it's cold in here. It's like really cold. Who's next? Who we got next? Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler. Now, he was introduced in X2. I don't remember what other X-Men movie he is. This isn't like wow. This isn't like big news because like I don't know who like is really excited to see Nightcrawler coming back. But it's not super huge news, just kind of introducing like which X-Men are going to be in here. And I think Nightcrawler is like one of the most least exciting ones out of all of those. Just because like he didn't really do much in the original X-Men movies. Rebecca Romijn, I think is how you say her name. Coming back as Mystique. I love Mystique. I think she is such a cool character. I'd rather get Jennifer Lopez back, to be completely honest. But Mystique is such a cool character. I could also see her teaming up with Magneto and Doctor Doom in the movie. So this is another X-Men character that I'm pretty excited to see again because she's always been one of my personal favorites. And then another X-Men, James Marsden as Cyclops. He's dead. That's really proving that it's going to be a multiverse. It's definitely going to be a multiverse film. And I fully believe that Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are also going to be announced to be in this movie, by the way, especially because Ryan Reynolds tried to become an Avenger. But James Marsden, kind of exciting to see him in here, especially because he's dead. Cyclops finally started being cool. Also, what the freak are wrong with his glasses? Why do they look like he's got eyes on his glasses? These look so goofy. They're so goofy. What in the world? These glasses right here are so goofy. Now, how do I get out of this? Okay, there we go. Anyways, exciting to see him, especially because he's been so cool since X-Men 97 last year. So, very excited to see James Marsden back as Cyclops. Ooh, yes. I'm taking a drink and then I'll talk about Channing Tatum. Even more reason to believe that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are going to come back for this movie in another casting announcement. Because Channing Tatum as Gambit, who was introduced as Gambit in Deadpool and Wolverine, one of the best parts of Deadpool and Wolverine, I literally was freaking out when I first saw the movie, like, oh my God, we're getting Gambit! Because we've never seen a cool Gambit in live action. And, like, as much as I'm not the biggest Channing Tatum guy, I wasn't, like, the jokes didn't fall for me the first time. I just thought it was so cool to see him. But, like, the other 3 times I saw the movie in theaters, I mean, I was just dying laughing. Every time I rewatch it at home, I just die laughing here. And so I'm very excited to see him in here, team up with the X-Men. I have a feeling that this is going to be an alternate universe X-Men, and these are the X-Men that are going to be in that alternate universe. just like played by the same guys, and maybe even being introduced as the MCU X-Men, maybe coming out of hiding and stuff, because you get Alan Cumming, or as you get Nightcrawler, Cyclops, Channing Tatum, and like all characters that could totally be an X-Men family. Very excited for this one, and I'm very excited because I really hope we get more Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman in the future. This might be one of my favorite casting announcements here. I'm so excited. Even if it's like the same Gambit, and we know that he survived in Deadpool and Wolverine, would make me so happy. Best part of the movie, or of that movie. Pretty obvious, the last piece in the Fantastic Four, Pedro Pascal. A lot of people not loving the Fantastic Four cast. And I don't get that, because I love the Fantastic Four cast. Love Pedro Pascal. I think he's fantastic. I'm very excited to see what he does in Fantastic Four. Love Vanessa Kirby. Love Joseph Quinn. And like I said, I really love Eben Moss Van Rach. So, again, a great cast. Again, very excited to see them face off against Doctor Doom. Oh, so this is the last one. Okay, I thought we had quite a while to go. Okay. I guess Channing Tatum was third to last, which makes sense because he's awesome. All right. Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. Now, I've never talked about him being announced as Doctor Doom, so I got some thoughts. Not crazy about it, because obviously, like, he died in Avengers Endgame. It's one of the most emotional things ever. Every time I rewatch that movie, which is once a year, I sob my eyes out at that part because it is genuinely sad. And you're just kind of like bringing him back as Doctor Doom. I can totally see this being a version of like Tony Stark, Doctor Doom. Like, oh, it's going to be an alternate reality Doctor Doom. And that's why we're introducing like all these guys from the multiverse, because like he could be using the multiverse. Oh, it's Doctor Doom, but he's technically Iron Man. So I could totally see that. But as much as I don't like the fact that we're kind of undoing that ending, it's Robert Downey Jr. I love Robert Downey Jr. He's one of my favorite actors. He's amazing in the Avengers movies and like genuinely made me cry. He won an Oscar for Oppenheimer. I love Robert Downey Jr. And so obviously I will be excited to see him in Avengers Doomsday. And there we go. He's going to be in Avengers Doomsday. He's going to play the villain, and I'm very excited to see where that goes. So, yeah, that was the cast. That's all my thoughts on the cast. Let's stay a little longer, because I've only been live streaming for 38 minutes. Let's stay a little longer, talk about some other, or not talk about some other, but like, let's decide which ones I love, which ones I hate. Best casting announcement, and so we don't really have any viewers right now, but like, I didn't expect to have too many because it's 12:18 or it's 12:18 in the afternoon now, 12:18 p.m. Favorite casting announcement, I'd have to go, let me find them real quick. I'm almost there. There we go. Channing Tatum obviously has to be the best casting announcement. I absolutely love Channing Tatum. I think he is awesome, and he was one of the best parts of Deadpool and Wolverine. Worst casting announcement. What was the worst casting announcement? Maybe M'Baku, just because oh, okay, he's gonna be in it. Alan Cumming, I wasn't too excited when I heard he was gonna be back in the movie. Oh, for sure, it was. I think I passed it again. Yeah, for sure, it was Danny Ramirez. And it's not that I don't like Danny Ramirez or anything. It's just that like he doesn't do much in the new Captain America movie. He's just kind of like a comedic side character, not all that interesting. Also, like, I hated that they announced the Thunderbolts before, but yeah, they also. I'm gonna take the article down now. It'll just me and you, just me and you, partner. Also, like, it's kind of crazy that, like, in the first casting announcement, like, I know they said they're doing more, so I can't be really mad about it. But in the first casting announcement, they did not announce Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, the Proton girl from the Marvels. I can't remember her name right now. Maybe it's Miss Proton or whatever. They didn't announce them. They didn't announce who else is major inside the MCU that they didn't announce. They didn't announce Hugh Jackman. They didn't announce Ryan Reynolds. They didn't announce all these characters that are like huge, that are going to play a huge part in a movie like this. If they don't show up in the movie, like say we don't get Spider-Man, who should be the new head face of the MCU. They don't announce Bruce Banner. They don't announce She-Hulk. They don't announce any of that in the one of the biggest Avengers movies. Your first cast announced if they don't announce that. Now, if they announce that later on, yeah, good job. We finally getting these characters, but they haven't announced them. They didn't announce those characters. Not the best look, not the most exciting look that you didn't announce all your biggest characters to be in the biggest movie. And then like the stuff, the Thunderbolts, you're announcing all these characters that are going to be in the movie before like the movie even comes out. So you're kind of spoiling the movie a little bit. Then with the Fantastic Four, we get them. The X-Men, we get them. A lot of people want new X-Men. I could see them totally being the new X-Men inside the MCU. I wouldn't be too mad about that either. It's just that, yeah, so we're getting the old guys after we just had the biggest send-off in Deadpool and Wolverine. Does that not mean anything now? And then like the way they did it, the chairs, a little bit confusing, but it broke the internet, that's for sure. It's the most excited people have been about an MCU thing since Deadpool and Wolverine, which is not that far. It's really not, it's not even a year apart, but still, like, it's the most excited people have been. And so that's good. That's positives here. Robert Downey is him. I agree. JD Talks, my brother. Robert Downey is really good. But then, like, you get all these controversies, and then, like, it's the latest MCU. So while I think it's awesome that we're getting X-Men, or that we're getting a new Avengers movie, we're getting X-Men in the Avengers movie, we're getting all that, it's the MCU, and lately the track record hasn't been good. When you say it's the MCU 5 years ago, it'd be like, oh, the MCU, I can't wait. But now that it's the MCU now, it's just, oh, it's the MCU with all these characters. Don't know where this is going to go. So I'm very excited for the movie. It's my most anticipated movie of next year for sure. But like, I don't really know. I don't really know where we're going with it. I don't really know what the direction is of the movie. So I'm excited. Very excited. Very excited to see a trailer. Very excited to see these character interactions. But some of the ideas here are not good. They're not good. So I'm going to wrap it up there. We've been live for 43 minutes talking about the Avengers Doomsday cast. If you guys watched the archive video, the video that was that's out on the channel, thank you guys. If you guys watched it live, thank you guys. Talking to you, my brother. And I'm going to film a couple videos now. I got a couple videos to film and edit that are going to be out. Woman in the Yard review, a Working Man review. Very excited to talk about both of these. I got plenty of thoughts on both of those movies. And with that said, thank you guys so much, as always, for watching these live streams. And with that said, subscribe. Oh, I got to hit another button.